Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Luther High School, and welcome to our 2022 Senior Awards Night. We're glad that you're with us here this evening, and we're also thankful for the help that you do for us in carrying out the mission here at Luther High School of equipping students here for life on earth, but more importantly, preparing them for eternal life in heaven. Let's begin our evening with prayer. Heavenly Father, we thank you for the opportunity to serve you today with the time and treasures and gifts that you have given to each and every one of us. Bless our evening as we have an opportunity to give you thanks for the talents and abilities that you have given to our graduating class of 2022 at Luther High School. We ask this in your name. Amen. I'm going to turn it over to Mark Larish, our guidance counselor.
All right, thanks, Mr. Punzel. And for those of you who don't know me, and maybe now you do, he said, I'm Mark Larish, and I'm in charge of the post-high school planning, and a lot of that is the scholarship awards for the seniors. And hopefully everyone has a program. If you don't, I know there are more outside. You could go back and get one if you want. I'm not going to read everything that's in the program, but I'll just maybe add to a few things that are in there as we go through these awards. All right, so the first section of awards you see there is called Scholarships Awarded by Others. And I'm just going to read a little bit as the students who are going to get these can come up here and just spread yourselves out up here. It can be any order here right now. So all of you in this section, you're going to come on up here. All right. Michael Lazzaretti, Rachel Koenig, Jada Wall. Come on, start coming up. You can come up the middle, you can come up the sides, both. Josiah Larson, Aspen Bolt, Jenna Bertolotti, Maddie Crabtree, Faith Ruprecht, Evan Erdman, Kaylee Anderson, I might say your name twice, Jennifer Frick, Justin Wallock, Josh Stratman, Susan Riedel, Elena Neumeister, Megan Johnson, Kaylee Anderson, Eli Bolstad, Gavin Proudfoot, Chloe Erdman, Eli Bolstad, Brianna Zanke, Emily Yaley, Evan Erdman, Leah Wintrone. And I hope I get everyone right here for in this section. All right, so these scholarships are awarded by colleges, universities, businesses, community organizations. For the most part, the students know they are receiving these because this is what you guys told me when you filled out a Google form that was submitted a couple weeks ago on May 7th. I said, if you want, there's scholarships that I know you got and I don't know about, fill out this Google form and you'll be recognized here. There may be a couple that you don't know about as well. So you guys, when I call your name, just step forward so everyone will know who you are. Then I'll tell you what scholarship that you've been given and the amount. Some of you have something to hand to, then kind of meet me halfway, and I'll give you that award, and then everyone will clap, and then you can step back and we'll do the next one. All right? Okay, so here we go. The Leah Wintrone. The UW Whitewater Warhawk Exceptional Student Scholarship for $4,000. Leah's going to go to, sorry, I should have told you. I'm going to also say where she's going to go to school and what their major is. Leah's going to go to UW Whitewater, and her major is undecided. There we go. Evan Erdman. Evan receives the MLC Witness Scholarship for $6,000, and of course going to Martin Luther College, majoring in elementary education. Emily Yaley. Emily is going to Bethany Lutheran College, and she is getting the Bethany Lutheran College Luther Scholarship for $48,000, and her major is undecided. Brianna Zanke. And the next bunch of them are for Brianna here. The first one, the Lacrosse Tribune Lacrosse Community Foundation Extra Effort Award. Some of you have seen these articles in the Lacrosse Tribune on Sundays, probably from November, October, all the way through April. And there's 24 kids who get these from 24 area schools. And it used to be each kid would get a minimum of $100. A few kids would get $1,000. And last year, they had a lot more donors, and they upped it to every kid gets at least $1,000. And that's what I thought Brianna would be getting this year. And then when we were at the award ceremony at Western on May 5th, they said they had even a greater response, that many of the kids would get even more. And so Brianna got that night from the American Association of University Women Scholarship. She got $3,000 to use at Wisconsin Lutheran College, and where she will major in pre-med. And along with that scholarship, 3 other WLC scholarships: the WLC Presidential Scholarship for $72,000, the WLC Partners in Christian Education Scholarship for $8,000, and the WLC Visit Scholarship for $500. Eli Bolstad. All right, Eli, the Wisconsin Society of Professional Engineers Scholarship for $1,150. And that one, I think, Eli, you knew about that. Where are you? Oh. You guys, move down a little bit. Move down. You can bend it. All right, thanks. All right. And that one, Eli, I think you knew about, and you got a letter for that one for $1,150. And also one that just came in like last week that didn't make the program, the Lee Burgett Memorial Scholarship for $1,500. And this one was quite unique because about a month ago, a gal from Train Company emailed me and said, "Hey, school counselors, no one applied for our scholarship for $1,500. Tell your students." And I looked at the qualifications, and it's by Train Company for heating, refrigeration, air conditioning engineers. I emailed, they said, "Oh, I have a couple going into engineering for chemical engineering, and does that count?" He said, "Well, chemistry applies to the refrigeration process, and tell them to apply." I went and told Ellie a couple weeks later, we get something, she won. All right, congratulations. And another one that Ellie gets is the Wisconsin Academic Excellence Scholarship for $9,000, and that one goes automatically to a student in every Wisconsin high school that is going to a Wisconsin college that has the highest grade point average, and Ellie receives that one, and I have a plaque for you. All right, Chloe Erdman. Chloe receives the UW-Platteville Academic Merit Scholarship for $6,000, and Chloe going to UW-Platteville and majoring in biology and the pre-physician assistant program. And Chloe, I have a certificate for you. Right here. Gavin Proudfoot. Gavin will receive the University of Northern Iowa Football Scholarship starting at $40,000, and also has the ability to add to that each year from Northern Iowa, and Gavin is going to major in construction management. Eli Bolstad. Eli gets a scholarship kind of like Ellie got. The state of Wisconsin gives one of these to each high school. Bigger high schools get a few more. The Wisconsin Technical Education Scholarship for $4,500, 2 years of schooling at a Wisconsin resident going to a Wisconsin technical college, and also had to be applied and accepted to this program by March 1st. And Eli is going to Fox Valley Tech for fire protection technician. Kaylee Anderson. Kaylee receives the University of Minnesota Duluth Early Applicant Scholarship for $500, the University of Minnesota Duluth Promise Scholarship for $1,200, and the UMD Best of Class Skoll Hargrave Scholarship for $24,000. Minnesota Duluth, and Kaylee's going to go for finance. Oh, Eli, you get a plaque too. All right, and next, the MLC Messenger Scholarship, Megan Johnson. And Megan going to MLC for elementary and secondary education for $8,000. Elena Neumeister. Elena will receive the WLC Presidential Scholarship for $72,000, the Wisconsin Lutheran College Partners in Christian Education Scholarship for $8,000, and the WLC Visit Scholarship for $500, and Elena going to WLC and majoring in nursing. Susan Riedel. And Susan receives the MLC Messenger Scholarship for $8,000 and going to MLC for early childhood and elementary education. Joshua Stratman. Josh will receive the UW Lacrosse Soaring Eagle Scholarship for $2,000 and going to UWL, major undecided. Justin Wallock. Justin also going to UW Lacrosse, getting the Soaring Eagle Scholarship for $2,000, and he will major in physics and engineering. Jennifer Frick. Not here? Okay. Jennifer getting a couple of Bethany scholarships, Opportunity Grant for $32,000, and the Christian High School Waiver Scholarship for $8,000. The Me Energy Cooperative Scholarships for $1,000, and there's 5 of you who get these. I'm not sure if you know. I know they sent me a letter and a certificate. I'm not sure if they sent you guys or not. You Minnesota, do you know about these? All right, great. All right. So $1,000 scholarship from the Me Energy Co-op, probably some easy application you had to fill in and be members of the co-op. And it's great you guys did this. Usually there's like 2 kids that get $1,000, but we have 5 of you. And I have certificates for all of you. Rachel Koenig, Kaylee Anderson, Evan Erdman, Faith Ruprecht, and Maddie Crabtree. Come on over. So this would be a good time to say this. In that envelope there, you guys, there is a letter of how to get the money. Now, there's not $1,000 in there right now, unfortunately for you. This is one of those where you have to have proof of you're going to college second semester next year. You have to send me like your class schedule for next year, and then I tell Mrs. Rick in the financial office to make a check to you and the college you're going to. And Me Energy is going to send us that money in June, and they tell me if they don't claim it by next April, we have to send it back. So I would much rather have Mrs. Rick send a check to you instead of going back to Me Energy, all right? And I also say this because about half the people forget. Yeah, that's maybe why there's so much in the fund, because people have forgotten to do it, all right? So put a notification on your phone when you get back to your seat that you do this next January. And there's going to be other awards like that too. All right, next. And Maddie Crabtree, you could have stayed here. Maddie, WLC Presidential Scholarship for $72,000, WLC Partners in Christian Education Scholarship for $8,000, and the Visit Scholarship for $500. Maddie is going to WLC for nursing. All right, and let's back that up to the Me Energy. We have first Rachel Koenig step forward, going to Bemidji State for exercise science. And Faith Ruprecht going to Southwestern Minnesota State for English. And I think we got the other three already. All right, next one I have a $500 check for, and maybe she knows this already, the Incredible Bank Scholarship for $500. Maybe she had to apply. Jenna Bertolotti, going to Western for radiography. All right, Aspen Bolt. And Aspen wins the Minnesota State College Southeast Scholarship for $250. Aspen going to Minnesota State College Southeast for radiography. Josiah Larson. Josiah will win the National ROTC Scholarship for $62,000 and an Elks Lodge Scholarship for $500. Josiah is going to go to UW Lacrosse and major in pre-physical therapy. And now, Rachel, you're up for your other one. And Rachel going to Bemidji State on an athletic scholarship for basketball, valued at $72,000, and another presidential scholarship for another $10,000. Michael Lazzaretti. Michael going to Bethany Lutheran College and getting their presidential scholarship for $52,000. Christian High School Waiver Scholarship for $8,000 and a Regent Grant for another $8,000, and Michael's going to major in computer science. And Jada Wall. All right, so this one is kind of cool. Jada is going to, or has become already, a National Merit Finalist. So, yeah, let's clap for that one. And so some of you seniors up here will remember this day in the fall of 2020. Some of you guys, about 12 of you or so, took the PSAT test in my room on a Wednesday for 4 hours. And it was long, like 8 to 1 that day, and a test that 1.5 million of the smartest students in the United States took as juniors, and that qualifies people for the National Merit Scholarship competition, if they do really good. Jada finished in the top 1% in the nation on that test, the top 300 of all the students in the state of Wisconsin, and she's about one of 6 in this whole lacrosse area that reached this finalist level. Then, this fall, she had to fill out an extensive questionnaire, write a nice-sized essay, get a letter of recommendation, have every report card grade entered in every high school class she ever took, and these things then all earned her the distinction of becoming a National Merit Finalist. Jada will attend UW Eau Claire next year, and a little undecided yet in the major. And there are also many National Merit Scholarship Awards, which they start giving out in April all the way through July, and UW Eau Claire also gives those out, so hopefully Jada can get a nice chunk paid for at UW Eau Claire. But we have a nice certificate here for you now. Give her one more hand. All right, you guys, that's it for the first round. You can go have a seat. Music awards are next. Mr. Adix, Mr. Whitty, Mr. Bowers.
Good evening. My name is Paul Adix, and this evening we are recognizing those seniors who have received the top awards given out by the music department. This evening's music awards were decided by the music faculty in conference. Students, when your name is called, please come forward and receive your award. First up, the Handbell Leadership Award. Mr. Bowers.
Handbell Choir this year participated in chapel, Luther concerts, and WSMA contest. We received a starred first rating at district competition and were 1 point away from a first at state, receiving a second rating. I'm proud of the work of the students ringing this year. I'm especially thankful for the 5 seniors that we had playing in the choir. Your leadership and musicianship propelled the choir to achieve its goals and, above all, give glory to God through our music. The Handbell Leadership Award is given to a graduating senior who has distinguished herself by displaying leadership and excellence within the Luther High School Handbell Choir. This year's winner has shown her dedication to the choir by participating all 4 years, assisting others with the techniques of playing, and assisting with music selections. Thank you, Faith Ruprecht, for your leadership and dedication. Come on now. Mr. Woody.
We have 3 awards in the band that we give out every year. Our first is the National School Marching Award. This award is given out to a senior who has distinguished himself or herself as an outstanding leader in the band marching program at Luther High School. This student started doing that already last summer as she dug into the music with me and acted as her own director as our drum major in the band. Please congratulate Jada Wall on winning this award. Our next award is the highest award we give out in the concert band here at Luther. It is the John Philip Sousa Award. This award is given out to a graduating senior who has distinguished themselves by exceptional musicianship in the band program. First impressions are important also, and I can remember the first time I met this student during their freshman year, or actually before their freshman year in summer. We talked for maybe like an hour after a camp they were at Luther for. They're incredibly dedicated to everything they did, be it band or athletics that they were in, and I was just impressed right away. Throughout those 4 years then, she showed a lot of dedication to our band program, was a great leader in her section, and helped teach others the music in sectionals, and helped me guide rehearsals also even. She also studied privately outside of Luther with a private instructor, albeit from California over Skype. Please congratulate Megan Johnson on winning this award. Finally, our Louis B. Armstrong Jazz Award is given out to a graduating senior who has displayed dedication and musical growth from within the jazz band. This student has a passion for music and an interest in jazz that is really contagious to be around. He's a blast to work with and was a great leader in our jazz program this year, and also a great example for other students in the jazz band on techniques or how to improv, and is already playing out in the community with another band. Please help congratulate Sam Baudick on this award.
Next up is the Choral All-Star Award. The Choral All-Star Award is given to 4 graduating seniors who have distinguished themselves by displaying vocal leadership and excellence within the Luther High School Concert Choir. The 4 seniors I have selected this year have just been great vocal leaders. They've set an awesome example for their sections, helped out with countless tasks, and really just set a great example. This has been an outstanding group of seniors to work with. Seniors will miss all of you. But these 4 are going to be receiving the Choral All-Star Award. Please congratulate with me Kaylee Anderson, Jenna Bertolotti, Evan Erdman, and Alex Moldenhauer. Congratulations. Next up, Musical Night. The Musical Night Award is the highest award given out by the music department, recognizing individuals who have displayed exceptional dedication and excellence within the entire music department. The qualifications are as follows. Candidates must have distinguished themselves by outstanding musicianship and dedication to the vocal and instrumental divisions of Luther High School's music department. Participation in both band and choir are highly regarded for consideration as a well-rounded musician. Candidates must have been members in one of the following organizations: Sound Foundation, Jazz Ensemble, Handbells, or been active with piano and organ. They must have displayed outstanding musicianship by receiving a first division rating at the state level of the WSMA Solo and Ensemble Festival. They must have demonstrated faithfulness by continued service and performance in Luther High School's performing organizations throughout their years at Luther High School, especially during their senior year. They also must have demonstrated a true Christian spirit, support for Luther High School's objectives, and a desire to be a good ambassador for Christian education. This year's Musical Night recipient is a student who has always given her best, both in the vocal and instrumental divisions of the music department. Her dedication to and love for music has been evident throughout her 4 years. She's a great example of what can happen when a student combines natural talent with practice, dedication, a love for her Savior, and good old-fashioned hard work. This year's Musical Night is Jada Wall. Please come forward, Jada. Congratulations. Finally, we have the privilege of giving out scholarships as well as a music department. Our first scholarship is the Citerberg Scholarship. Cita was a student at Luther High School many, many years ago, and she had a deep love for the music department and a deep love for piano, and she was called home to her Lord and Savior early in life, but her family has kept her memory alive with this scholarship. The qualifications are dedication to a musical growth while at Luther High School, a desire to continue in music education, especially in the service in the church, and need. This year, we're blessed to give out 2 scholarships in the amount of $200 each. Both of our scholarship winners this year have faithfully used their music talents at Luther High School, and I'm confident that the Lord has big plans to use both of them in the future as church musicians. This year's Citerberg Scholarship recipients are Maddie Crabtree and Ruby Bain. And finally, for the Edwin and Elvina Hansen Scholarship, this year we are blessed to be able to say this is a scholarship in the amount of $800, and it recognizes a student who has demonstrated exceptional dedication and service within the music department. Consideration is also given for need. This year's recipient has been active in band, choir, and drama throughout his 4 years at Luther High School. He's one of those students who used his study halls and his time before and after school to do what musicians love to do: practice, practice, practice. He's made amazing progress as an actor, instrumentalist, and a singer. Our 2022 Edwin and Elvina Hansen Scholarship winner is Micah Gray. Congratulations, Micah. And we'll turn things back over to Mr. Larish with the Foundation and Friends Scholarships. Thank you.
All right, Foundation and Friends Scholarships. The Luther High School Foundation was established in 1989 as a nonprofit corporation. The goal of the foundation is to manage the invested monetary gifts to ensure the long-term financial stability of Luther High School through third source funding, as well as to provide high school tuition assistance and post-high school scholarships, which is what we have here tonight. The funding for the foundation scholarships comes from the interest and income generated by foundation investments. Many people have given large chunks of money over the years, and the awards every year are from that. The funding for the second category of scholarships, the Friends Scholarships, comes directly from usually an annual gift from a friend of Luther High School to a specific scholarship established by the donor. What I would really like is to have even a lot more of these types of scholarships. So parents, grandparents, friends, as you're sitting here tonight, maybe you can think of something that you'd want to start a scholarship for. We have a couple new ones this year. I think we have about 7 in the last 4 years. It could be anything, academics only. It could be something related to music, clubs, sports, all of those. We even had an attendance scholarship for a few years. And as you see, there's numerous ways to do it. If you have an idea sometime, you can contact me or contact Mr. Bias. He loves getting those new types of donations as well. All right, so students, there are a lot of envelopes here. You're going to get an envelope for every one. I have 13 envelopes. I have 40 envelopes here coming out, 25,500 in one stack and 10,420 in another stack. And most of these you don't know about. And they all have letters in them. The letters say how you get your money. You might have a check right in here. You could sit right back down and mobile deposit it right there if you want. All right? Or some of them might be made out to you and the college, so you take it along to college. But many of them, again, are things like you got to do first semester first and sign up for second semester next year and send me or the donor proof of enrollment, and then you get your money. I have 2 other checks sitting in my office right now that you'll get that maybe in a couple weeks when you send the donor a thank you note. And you send me a picture of the thank you note, then I'll send you the check. All right, now that might sound kind of weird, but also in this, every letter is an address for the donor that you should say thank you even if they don't require it. If someone's giving you $300, $1,000 more, you should be sending them a thank you note. All right, and so put that along with your other graduation thank you notes that you're going to get from your parties, add these to that. All right. So, now for these scholarships, in order to qualify for these scholarships, students had to submit a Google form to me back on March 30th. All right, that included their post-high school plans, as well as extracurricular activities they were involved in and volunteer work they've done during their high school years. I've encouraged them to start this volunteer work and keep track of it ever since freshman year, maybe for you guys, maybe sophomore year. Some of them maybe did it the last week. Others kept their Google Doc going the whole time. Tried to encourage them not to forget things that they have done, which would help for these scholarships. Some students chose not to submit this form, which is okay. They just wouldn't be eligible for these upcoming awards. Actually, this year, the seniors were very good about filling out these Google forms, maybe better than most years. So all these scholarships tonight, I have a sheet that you can pick one up at the end if you want a listing of all the scholarships and the winners. All right, so let's get going on the Foundations and Friends Scholarships. I'm going to divide this kind of group in half, and we're going to do the Ministry Scholarships first. So there's 6 of you going to MLC next year. You guys are all going to get something, so come on up here now. We'll do those. Some of you then will stay for the next group. I have 13 envelopes going out here to 6 students. And this is on top of anything they've gotten already about like messenger scholarships or things like that. All right, this 35,920 is the most ever from this group. You guys are the benefits of a lot of great income that has been generated over the past year. All right, so first one is the Brendel Scholarship for $1,000. And 3 members of the Brendel family contribute $300 every year, and the fund interest also makes at least $100. And the 3 members that send me checks every year, Mark Brendel from Lacrosse, Lynn Stelzig, who lives in Texas, and Roseanne and Richard Meyer, who live in Eden Prairie, and they were able to come tonight and for this award ceremony for the first time. And we thank them for being here and contributing for this scholarship every year. And this year goes to Micah Gray. The Robbie Memorial Scholarships, 2 $1,000 awards. The Robbie family made this a really easy one to pick for the faculty. They said the top 2 students going to MLC by class rank. All right, that is easy for us to do, and that would be Megan Johnson and Susan Riedel. The Armin, Ann, Gerald, and James Hune Scholarship for $1,000. Armin taught at St. John's Berry Mills and was also active in the establishment of Luther High School. And the winner of this one is Megan Johnson. The David and Bernice Lair Memorial Scholarship for $800. And students, this would be Jada's grandparents, Jada's great-grandparents that this was named for, and her grandparents, Steve and Sheryl, and great-aunt Judy, I think that would be. They started this scholarship some years ago for a student going to MLC, and especially one that goes to St. Paul's on Alaska, and that would be Sarah Yankovich, majoring in secondary and elementary ed. The Obie Christensen Servant of the Lord Scholarship for $800. Obie Christensen, even at the age of 8, was a servant of the Lord. Maybe some of you remember Obie's sister Phoebe from a couple years ago, and Obie would have been a freshman this year, I believe. And some of you, if you remember way back, he was able to touch the lives in the 2 years that he battled with cancer. The music, the artwork that he did was pretty incredible. To win this scholarship, students going to MLC or Bethany had to write an essay on what it means to be a servant of the Lord. And they send that essay to the Christensens, and Pastor Christensen goes through them and emailed me back the winner and said that he had many applicants this year. So that is great, but they said one stood out above the others, and that is Megan Johnson. All right, and you notice that one had to write an essay and apply, and I'm going to say that a bunch. Some students applied for a lot, and some didn't always apply, and some are going to get a little bit more. All right, next one. The Henkel Ministerial Training Scholarship for $1,000. Greg and Nancy Henkel really valued Christian education as they live near Viroqua and sent their 4 kids to Luther. They want to help more people to prepare for the ministry, and they send in $1,000 every year for this scholarship, and the winner is Alex Moldenauer. The Luther High School Faculty Ministry Scholarship for $520. We on the Luther High School faculty established a scholarship to provide support and encouragement to a student planning to prepare for the teaching, preaching, or staff ministry program at MLC. And the faculty raised $520 this year for Evan Erdman. The Paul and Diana Kramer Memorial Scholarships, 2 of these at $400 each. And students, this would be the grandparents of Adelaide and Iselin, current students. And they started this scholarship a few years ago, and they were debating on what to have the criteria for, as their mom and dad both taught at Christ West Salem and were active in many things there, and Luther High School, where I think 5 of their kids went through. And they decided said, let's give it to the 3rd and 4th ranked students going to MLC. That'll make it easy. And that would be Evan Erdman and Micah Gray. All right, we have a new one this year. Back in February, Mr. Bias sent me an email and said, hey, we have $1,000 this year. And family donated a nice chunk of money, and they want to do $1,000 scholarships every year called the Gary Stelzig Educational Scholarship. And an essay was required for this one. And we had a couple essays, and the Stelzig family helped pick the winner, and the winner is Evan Erdman. And another new one this year, maybe like a month ago, got an email from Steve Lair who said, hey, there's Saturday morning, St. Paul's on Alaska, Saturday morning men's Bible study has been taking a collection every Saturday, and they want to fund a scholarship. And I said, do you want it for this year? Yep, all right, can we get it going? How much? He said, all right, let's do 500. All right, and turn that around quickly, and the winner is Sarah Yankovic. The Neil and Sheryl Horman Ministerial Scholarship for $1,000. This scholarship was started about 5 years ago by Neil and Sheryl Horman of Onalaska, and they are donors of the next few scholarships coming up here as well, some for business. And this is the first of $5,300 that comes from profits from the funds that their family has donated. And so this one is designated for ministry, and the winner is Susan Riedel. All right, so that takes care of the ministry scholarships. So you guys can have a seat, except for a couple of you. It should stay up here because the rest are going to stay. Megan, you should stay. For sure. All right. And more of you come up and join Megan right now. All right. Ava Fisher, Ariana King, Eli Bolstad, Jada Wall, Lena Neumeister, Emily Yaley, Gavin Proudfoot, Maddie Crabtree, Eli Bolstad, Aiden Hackbarth, Kaylee Anderson, Brianna Zenke, Michael Lazzaretti, and 13 more. A couple will overlap. Josh Stratman, Josiah Larson, Tim Seiler, Leah Wintrone, Jenna Crick, Sam Boddick, Jada Wall, Allie Warner, Michael Lazzaretti, Chloe Erdman, Rachel Koenig, Kaylee Anderson, if I didn't say you yet. And I hope I got everyone. All right, 27 envelopes here, 25,500 inside to 23 of you. Some of you will get more than one. All right, and like I said, the Horman Scholarships, a few more of those right here. And this fund generated 2 awards this year, 2 $1,000 awards. And the Hormans owned an accounting business in Onalaska for many years. And so they really are wanting someone to be going into the accounting business type of field. And those 2 would be Ava Fisher and Ariana King. And Ava is going to UW Lacrosse for business, and Ariana to Western for business management and maybe accounting with that as well. Next, Gerald and Marcella Meyer Horman Educational Need Fund of $2,300. The Hormans just got this one going last year. And I remember when Mr. Bias called me down to his office, they said, hey, there's a sizable scholarship that's coming in, and the Hormans want to get it going this year, which was last year. And this year, one of you will benefit from that. Students had to do quite a bit to get this award, this $2,300. And so submit tax records, fill out an application, and write an essay to show how this money would help them in their college. And I think she'll see again that the effort was worth writing the essay and submitting everything. Megan Johnson. The Torger Henkel Memorial Engineering Scholarship for 2000. And students maybe remember last week, Pastor Lisk talked in chapel about Torger, who was a 2015 graduate who died when he was out hiking or rock climbing. And Torger wanted to become a mining engineer. I remember him, he was a great thinker and definitely succeed in any type of engineering field that he would have gone into. And the winner of this is Eli Bolstad. And Ellie going to UW-Madison for chemical engineering. Next, the Time and Talent Scholarship for $1,000. And this one by Bruce and Ginger Gents. I call them in April and with the winner, and a couple days later there's a check in my mailbox. And they've been doing this one for a bunch of years, and they really love to help a student for college that's in a lot of things. The winner is in a sport, band, choir, sound foundation, drama, gets A's all the time, volunteers for many things, takes as many college classes as she can, even in the summer, probably has never had a study hall in her life, and that is Jada Wall. The Cale Pierce Donovan Memorial Scholarship for 2000. Students, this scholarship was started by Dan and Vicki Kunz. You may remember Dan coming here to do chapel this year and a bunch of years, big white beard now, right? And Dan also taught here for 25 years. And this scholarship also required an essay. Dan was also an English teacher. He says, we got to get students writing essays. And the winner of this one is going to be a nurse someday, also like one of the Kunz daughters. And her application and essay were very well done. She also applied for many scholarships, and that is Elena Neumeister. The Fabian and Betzinger Family Educational Scholarship for $500. Another one of the new ones last year. And I know last year some family members came. Yes, all right. And again this year. And so speaking of that, some students, a few of you, I said, The donors are here. You should get a picture with them after, and that would be, say that again. So any of the donors out there that would like to get a picture taken with any of the winners, just hang here after, and the kids would be more than happy to smile and say thank you at that time. All right, and so this one, an essay also needed, and an application, and the winner did that and fit the criteria perfectly, and that would be Emily Yaley. Two Good Steward Scholarships for $500 each. And the Good Steward Scholarships were established to recognize, of course, a servant's heart and a spirit of volunteerism. And these are picked by the wise managers at the Good Steward and also the Luther High School faculty. And the two this year, one who worked a lot at Good Steward, especially early in high school, and that one is Gavin Proudfoot. And the other, certainly a spirit of volunteerism, president of Pro-Life Nights, chapel player on demand, leader by example, and over 500 volunteer hours during high school, over 500, Maddie Crabtree. Quick Trip Leadership Scholarships, 2 at 500. These two students have been blessed with leadership qualities that have shown a lot over the years. The first one was a captain of 3 sport teams this year. Every sport team that he was on, he was the captain, and he is always willing to help. That is Eli Bolstad. And the other one, president of Pro-Life Nights, chapel player on demand, leads by example, excelled in drama, Maddie Crabtree. The Gail Peterson Memorial Scholarships, $1,200 awarded in various amounts to 4 students. And this one, Gail Peterson, an ex-English teacher at Luther High School, and left a lot of money to give out for scholarships every year. But of course, an English teacher is going to require an essay. And there were essays submitted. The English department goes through them and grades them. And they decided on these awards. So it pays to write the essays, and the winners in no particular order, and I don't even have the amounts in here, you have to find out inside what it is. That would be Aiden Hackbarth, Kaylee Anderson, Brianna Zenke, and Michael Lazaretti. No. Uh-oh. Brianna? Who is the last ones out here? Brianna Michael. You didn't write the essay, did you? No. Okay. That's why you're laughing. Because it should be Megan Johnson and Eli Bolstad. Sorry. Well, that would have been bad if you didn't write the essay. That would just throw out everything I said. Yeah, I just have to read from the right paragraph here. That's my problem. All right. Next we are up to the Elizabeth Graf Scholarships. All right. $12,500 to 13 students. Like 5 years ago, we had $4,000 to give out for this. And last year, Mrs. Rick said, the foundation said there's $10,000 to give. What? This is awesome. And this year, $12,500. All right, so this group here. So you'll notice that, okay, again, the profits are big, and the faculty likes to use these awards to give to some worthy students that haven't gotten as much yet, but at the same time, we don't want to penalize someone just because they wrote a lot of essays and worked really hard to earn some awards. We think it's a good mixture of the amount of money and the students that haven't got a lot of things yet. All these students getting these 13 awards are great kids to have in class. They all have GPAs above 3.5. They are all attending four-year colleges, and were very active in extracurricular activities. Those were all the stipulations, and even a 3.5 wasn't the GPA that was needed. And a great cross-section of the student body, many gifts and talents that these students have been blessed with, and I have no particular order right here. And all these students are, here's the first one, Joshua Stratman, Brianna Zanke, Josiah Larson, Timothy Seiler, Leah Wintrone, Jenna Crick, Samuel Boddick, Jada Wall, Allie Werner, Michael Lazaretti, Chloe Erdman, Rachel Koenig, and Kaylee Anderson. And that concludes this section. You may have a seat. Mr. Babinick is next. Mr. Babinick and Athletic Awards.
Good evening, everyone. It's my privilege to award this evening one scholarship and then a number of the athletic awards that honor high achievement in academics and athletics. I'd like to have these people come forward on the stage with me at this time. Tim Seiler, Rachel Koenig, Sam Baudick, and Gavin Proudfoot. I'm going to take this in a slightly different order than what's here. I'm going to take the scholarship first today. The Eunice Beagle Memorial Scholarship for $100 was established a number of years ago in memory of Eunice Beagle, who died in an automobile accident. They had all of their children come through here at Luther High School. This scholarship, you can see there is first and foremost for a participant who is in cross country. This year's recipient is Sam Baudick. The next one I'll jump up to is the very first one that's listed there, the WIA Scholar Athlete nominees. Each school in the state of Wisconsin can nominate and nominates one male and one female. That goes into a pool of candidates for the WIA State Award. Our criteria for this award is based after the first semester of their senior year, so it does not include their sports that they're doing during the spring of the year. It only goes through the winter sports season. It's also based on, we have to recreate their GPAs from our system to a 4.0 system. So a 3.5 GPA on a 4.0 scale or better for varsity awards. The two recipients for this award, our male nominee is Tim Seiler, and our female nominee is Rachel Koenig. Both Tim and Rachel were recognized earlier. The Cooley Conference also puts on a banquet for all of the Cooley Conference schools nominees. So back in, forget, was that March or April? March, we had a banquet up at Drugan's for these guys. I do have one thing for them that did come a little bit later, and that is a medallion that they received from the WIA in honor of this achievement. So congratulations again. The next one on our list is the mens sana in corpore sano, translated sound mind and a sound body. This award requires 4 varsity letters, and then the student athlete should be a honor or have honors based on our honor point system, which is basically a 3.67 grade point average or better. This year's recipient of this award is Rachel Koenig. Rachel earned 10 varsity letters, 4 in volleyball, 4 in basketball, 2 in track. Just a note as we go through, as you look at letters this year, this is one of those classes that lost a whole spring season as these kids were sophomores. We know that season was completely gone. She probably would have earned another track letter in there as well. I'll save some of these other extra things about Rachel here for the next award, which she also receives, and that is our female athlete. Congratulations, Rachel. Again, for Rachel, 10 letters in her career, 4, again, in volleyball, 4 basketball, 2 track. In volleyball, she was a multiple all-conference award winner, second team and first team. In basketball, same thing, second team, first team, all-conference. She was a WBCA, that's a Wisconsin Basketball Coaches All-State honorable mention in basketball. She's also been selected to play in the WBCA All-Star game this summer for the D3 South team. Earlier in the year, she signed, and you heard earlier that she will play Division II basketball at Bemidji State University next year. In track and field, as a freshman, she was part of a team that won the regional championship. Individually, in her senior year now, she's competing at a high level as well. All-conference first team, honorable mention all-conference, regional placements, and will compete tomorrow at the sectional meet in, the 400, the high jump, the triple jump, and the 800-meter relay. So she'll be a busy girl tomorrow. Really a testament to an athlete. You see 3-sport athlete. They're hard to come by these times, and she does it, and she does it very well. Congratulations, Rachel. And then our male athlete, Mr. Gavin Proudfoot. 8 letters in Gavin's career, 2 in football, 3 in basketball, 3 in track. In his senior year for football, he was a first-team all-conference selection on both on the offensive line and defensive end. He's been a first-team Lacrosse Tribune, so that's our whole area, first-team top player. He was a Wisconsin Football Coaches Association selection for their all-star team and game as well. In basketball, 3 letters. He's been parts of numerous regional championship teams. He was part of the 2020 season that never ended. They we know COVID stopped it before they had a chance to lose, so they never lost that year, at the end at least. Junior season, first team all-conference again. He was also Cooley Conference co-player of the year. He's been a Wisconsin basketball, 2-time Wisconsin Basketball Coaches Association all-state honorable mention player. He was part of our first sectional championship team in basketball and part of the team that was the first to appear in a WIA state game here at the Lacrosse Center. He too was selected to play in the D4 Wisconsin Basketball Coaches Association All-Star game, but I think you had to decline that because of his football signing. He will also play at a D2 level, D1 level, D1 level, University of Northern Iowa next fall, so that's pretty cool. Track and field, he's been part of regional championships in discus and shot put, doing a tremendous job, always getting better, so much better that just this past Monday, he not only took first place in the regional in shot and discus, but he also broke our school record in discus, 154 feet 6 inches. It was a record that stood since 1989. That's like 32 years old. So great job, Gavin. Again, congratulations to all of these recipients, and thank you very much.
All right, the last set of scholarships are called community scholarships, and they want Luther High School to award these scholarships, and we do. We are grateful to the following community organizations for recognizing our seniors with their generous scholarships for post-high school study. Students, again, make sure you read the stipulation in your envelopes. And some have the money right now, some maybe second semester, and some might need proof of enrollment every single year. So 10 kids, 11 more envelopes, $7,200, and we'll have you guys come up here for these. Kaylee Anderson, Jenna Bertolotti, Gavin Proudfoot, Justin Wallock, Megan Johnson, Eli Bolstad, Maddie Crabtree, Jada Wall, Alex Moldenauer, and Elena Neumeister. All right, first one, the American Legion of Onalaska, the American Legion Americanism Award. The Onalaska Legion provides scholarships every year for 4 students going to Badger Boys or Badger Girls State, and they also give us 2 $500 awards every year as well. So this year we have 1 girl and 1 guy, and the young lady winner of this was selected to attend Badger Girls State last year, even though they didn't have it, and that would be Jada Wall. And the male award, this person went to basic training even last summer and has done a lot in the military already, and that would be Alex Moldenauer. Next is the Onalaska Lions Club for $500, and to get this one, just have to live in Onalaska do some volunteerism and make a pretty easy application. And the winner of this is, glad she applied, I'm sure she's thinking, Elena Neumeister. American Red Cross Scholarships for $1,000. Pro-Life Nights sponsors 2 to 3 blood drives every year. Just had one last week. And some students do calling to promote the blood drive, and many students help out with that process. And this one, Mrs. Town gives input to the faculty on who should get these awards. And actually, students, if you checked your email today, you know about these already, because I didn't want to forget, because you have to click on a link in the email to fill out the form to be able to get your money. It has to be by June 10th, otherwise you forfeit the money, all right? So don't put this off, all right? And that would be Maddie Crabtree, Megan Johnson, and Jenna Bertolotti. The Lacrosse Kiwanis Community Award for $300. And this is a kind of a neat scholarship. They say, we just want to recognize and honor a good kid that's involved in many things at school or in the community. No necessary GPA, just give it to a good kid who's involved in a lot of things. And many years they have a banquet for this in early February, but they've canceled the last 2 years, but they did send a nice plaque right here with some money inside as well, $300, and that is Eli Bolstad. Seemed like the biggest award of the night there. All right. Western Technical College gives Luther High School a scholarship every year, and it's been $500 for a whole bunch of years. And this year, they said we have one for $725 this year, called the Western Technical College Foundation Hackbarth Family Endowed Scholarship. And the faculty has decided to give this to the highest GPA of all 11 students going to Western this year. And she is going to Western for radiography, and that is Jenna Bertolotti. And the Oktoberfest Gemütlichkeit Foundation Scholarship for $1,000. They want to recognize a student with strong academic standing, positive community involvement, and an interest in cross-cultural understanding. And they sent me the check last week, and they said, please read it this way: the 2022 Oktoberfest Gemütlichkeit Foundation $1,000 scholarship is presented by Quick Trip this year to Kaylee Anderson. And the last two are from the Lacrosse Community Foundation. They've been giving scholarship money to area schools for years, and thankfully they always include Luther High School with these two scholarships. And the first one is called the Borton Construction Scholarship for $1,500, and they ask for someone going into the construction industry, and how fitting, construction management, Gavin Proudfoot, University of Northern Iowa. And the last one, the Lacrosse Foundation VM Scholarship for $1,200. And this one is also possibly renewable for another $1,200 next year if you send proof of enrollment for your second year. All right, and this one is for Justin Wallock. All right, that concludes this part. You guys can have a seat. Hard to believe this group of seniors have one or two more tests left, that's it. I remember when some of them were born, and wow, now they're going off to college. God has truly blessed all these students with their time, talents, and we wish them God's blessings in the future as they step to the next level. Mr. Punzel next.
Following students, if you can come on up one more time. Kaylee Anderson, Sam Boddick, Jenna Bertolotti, Aspen Bolt, Eli Bolstad, Maddie Crabtree, Jenna Crick, Chloe Erdman, Ava Fisher, Adelaide Hagedorn, Megan Johnson, Rachel Koenig, Josiah Larson, Michael Lazzaretti, Elena Neumeister, Susan Riedel, Tim Seiler, Josh Stratman, Jada Wall, Justin Wallock, Leah Wintron, and Brianna Zanke, please. These students here have maintained a GPA of 3.666 or above for 7 straight semesters here at Luther High School, and they have the privilege of wearing honor cords for graduation on Sunday. Let's give them a round of applause. We will give your honor cords at the end of the ceremony here this evening. They're in this nice basket right over here. So, also for tonight, we would like to recognize our co-salutatorians, Kaylee Anderson and Justin Wallock. So, Katie and and our co-valedictorians, Eli Bolstad and Jada Wall. Again, thank you, seniors, for the work that you have done here at Luther High School. Greatly appreciated. Parents, thank you for the support that you give to us and for sending your children to Luther High School. People in our audience this evening that have helped support scholarships, we truly appreciate the work that you do for the students here at Luther. Let's close with prayer. Heavenly Father, again today we had a day of your grace. We thank you for the opportunity to celebrate the gifts and talents of these young people this evening. Bless our travels home. Give us a restful night's sleep so that we may serve you with all of our thoughts, with all of our words, and with all of our actions tomorrow. We ask this in your name. Amen. Thank you, everyone, for coming tonight. Drive home safely. Yeah, if you want to come and grab your honor cords, that would be great. So, Brianna, there's yours. No, you do not. Okay, so, no.
And if anyone would like an award sheet, a summary of all the awards, I'll have them up here. Come and pick them up. And the students are available for pictures.
I'm just going to, Elena, Susan, there you go, Tim, gotcha, Leah, Mike, Rachel, thanks Josiah. Megan. Eva. Right here. Chloe. Jenna.
Which one?